Welcome back to Let's Play R-Type Final. We're going to play through the game a second time, show off some different ships, and show off some different paths. So next up in the list of ships that we're going to be looking for is we are going to go find the OF series. Specifically, we are looking for the OF5 Kaguya. Now, of note here, there is also the OF1, the Daedalus, the ship that we played as way back in Image Fight. Man, that feels like a long time ago. And the funny thing about the Daedalus is it does have a force, but it actually treats the force like those odd little pickups you got that latched onto the front of your ship that fired different weapons. It's kinda neat. They've split it up and brought back all the weapons that were in the original two Image Fight games as the various force abilities spread throughout these different ships. And we are going with the Kaguya. The first one you played out as originally was the Daedalus. Partway through the second game, you got the Garuda. But we're going all the way to Kaguya, the final one. Now, the Kaguya actually has what I consider to be some of the most powerful bits in the game, the green pods. Up until then, you only had the red pods and the blue pods, one of which would fire only forwards and the other one would fire in the opposite direction of you. Whereas the green pods fire in both directions. Superior firepower equaled only by the Cybit Plus. Well, let's go ahead and register it! Now then, next up, we are looking for our first foray into the Bido ships. Specifically, we're looking for the Misty Lady 2. Largely fog-based. The Misty Lady 1 actually got a fair number of votes as well, but we're going with 2. Now, next up, we're looking for another unique ship. Working our way back all the way here to the TL series that even has these odd little transforming robots in them. We're looking for the TL2B2, which is friggin' huge. It is a proper humanoid mech. And I will say the Achilles here actually got a fair number of votes as well, but we're going with this one. Now, depending on how it transforms, it actually has varying abilities, and it has a beam saber force. So that's going to be kind of great. Now, after that one, we're looking for right back into the Bidos. Ah, there it is. Another one of the popular votes, Sexy Dynamite. It's an odd ship. With its lipstick ray and eyeshadow ray and mascara ray and its sexy wave cannon. Yep. The original Sexy Dynamite actually got a fair number of votes as well. The main difference between the two is that this one has a more powerful wave cannon. So with that one aside, next up we're going back into the R9 series. Looking for the R9E3. Sweet Luna. What with its recon wave cannon. Not gonna tell anything to me about that one? Let's see what this one says. Interesting. Alright then, back once again over to the Bido ships. We are looking for the BX2. Platonic Love. Oddly enough, platonic love is actually when there is no romantic love, so I find it interesting that it's like this heart and everything is all about the love and everything, and it's all just platonic. So, like, there's no romantic love involved at all. It's funny. And then finally, to bring us home, we're looking at the perfect ships. We have the R99, the R100, and the R101. Now, the R101 actually got the most votes out of all of them, but personally, I think it looks kind of stupid, and really, it is exactly the same as the R100. In this game, anyway. The major issue is the R99 is the very first of all of the perfect ships. Completely multi-purpose, completely powerful. However, there was just a small problem with it. The R99 was designed to be the last ship to be used during the regular war. There were still some issues with it though, so even once the war was done, they fixed those issues in the R100. This ship, not used in proper warfare, was designed to tell future generations about the R-series. The main issue was actually the heat buildup in the R99, so with all of the extraneous bits and pieces, for the most part, the heat buildup was taken care of. There were some other issues fixed, but they escape me at the moment. However, even once this was done, they realized the R100 was actually still not quite perfect. And that was in that it lost just a little bit of stability at really high speeds. So they altered the design once again to create the R101. After the R101 was created, Team R-Type disbanded and not a single other R-fighter was made. The R101 won, but it looks stupid. So we're going with the R100, which was also way up there. The ultimate interchangeable fighter. It can equip all wave cannons, all forces, all bits, and all missiles. It is the ultimate fighter capable of any feat. It is also the second fastest fighter, second only to one that I'm surprised not everyone actually went for. But we'll perhaps talk a little bit about that one next time. We're going to head over to the hangar and actually kick this off. Looking at all of our ships, you can see right there the type of force that it has, which is, I think it's really interesting, that they actually designed it to resemble the original power-ups from Image Fight. This is an entirely man-made force as well. Missile select, we want that one. Bit select, we want that one, really, because why would we have this and not use the green pod? Then the Misty Lady. Bit select, let's go with... Technically it's a Bido ship, but it doesn't really resemble a Bido ship, so I think I'm just gonna go with the good old round bit. Ah, the TL. Let's go with that one. I like the 6-way homing missiles. That one sounds pretty great. Now this one actually looks a lot more like a proper Bido ship, so let's give you the eyeball bits. I don't think the eyeball bits really even do anything too spectacular. The camera bits, you know, I don't even know what the camera bits do. Oh well, let's go with them. Ah, good old platonic love. Platonic love looks a little too classy for the eyeball bit. And then finally, the R100. Missile select! All of the missiles! Let's go with the 6-way homing missile, the ultimate green pod. You know what? Let's actually show off some of the odd things that you may not be able to see. Specifically, I'd like to show off the Mr. Heli bit. Missile-wise, I don't think there's anything you're really missing out on. The Force. Let's see if I can remember which one is in here that's, like, kind of interesting. Because this is every Force in the game right here. Every single last one. I may not be able to find a decent Force out of this mess. Ooh, with the Mr. Heli Force, the Drill Force. The Flower Force. You know what? Then finally the Wave Cannon. Now there is one Wave Cannon in here specifically that I would like to show off. I just have to find it because I don't actually remember what it's called. Okay, Recon, Photon, the pile bunkers are really interesting. Not quite what I'm looking for, though. There are actually more of these forces than anything else in the game. There's so many unique forces. Ah, the decoy wave cannon. I'm silly. Let's go with the decoy wave cannon. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. Fitting that we should begin everything... Hey, there goes us. Fitting that we should begin everything with the ship that begun it all. Well, almost begun it all. You are a fancy-looking Force. You don't actually look at all like I would expect you to look like. Now, this one doesn't actually have the greatest charge beam in the world. There we go. I remember you. You're just the good old-fashioned gonna murder everything beam. I would like one more power-up, though. I'm pretty sure we can get one more level out of this thing. It's the straight-up forward shot. Alright, straight-up forward shot. Now, one kind of interesting thing to note about the R-Type series as a whole is humanity was almost constantly at war with itself. And one of the great things that the Bido War actually brought upon us was the ability to... What do you look like? Really? Let's not do that. That is a terrible weapon. But one of the great things that the Bido War actually brought on was it created a unified front on humanity's side. We actually stopped murdering each other for a bit to fight a bigger threat. And however, as R-Type Tactics 2 showed us, as soon as we were given an inch, we decided to go start murdering each other again. In fact, as we explained last time, the humans going on a giant tirade and attack across the solar system, taking everything over and murdering everybody. Humans. I really want that. There we go. And we've got everything we could possibly want. And we murdered a dude. Humanity accomplished a great deal. But we're also pretty stupid. And seeing us become Bido at the end, too, it was odd. He's much like when the captain became a Bido at the end of Tactics 1. It felt he wasn't actively being evil and wanting to murder everyone. He was just kind of confused and compelled to continue on, much like we were. Which actually is a very odd thought. Perhaps all Bido were like that. This is... I know war, all on its own, is pretty tragic. But I've got to say, this is a pretty tragic war. And thus we come to the first boss once again. Alright, OF fighter. Let's do this! You're gonna shoot a laser at me. Oh, that is interesting. The ship actually changes form, much like in the original... Much like in the original Image fight, your ship actually changes form as you change speed. I gotta say, pretty grand. What are you doing? Now, since the OF fighters really don't have the best charge beams in the world, this fight is goes on surprisingly longer than you'd think, just because, there we go, you can't really deal a definitive blow. Really great at taking out the riffraff, just not bosses. And so, we grab the Misty Lady too. And head to stage 2. You see, it's gotten warmer. The water level's lowered. And the Bido even have the same odd double helix structure that humans do. I'd say that's because we created them ourselves. You see, even the enemies have changed. Got these big standing walking things. I gotta say, Misty Lady's a little funky. It's very good at attacking down, but I'd like to be able to attack forward as well. I tried charge shot out. But I kind of need... Yeah, he's just shooting stuff at me. Ah, have missed. Now, if possible, I would like to get this even warmer. What does blue do? Rain. Interesting. All attacking downwards. That got him. Just murder all y'all with my rain. All of my rain. I shoot it all at thee. Now this is actually going to be a little hard here. Yellow. What did yellow do? Oh, right, lightning. Yeah. If you recall, even here, previously, we actually took the... This is gonna be super fun. How am I even supposed to do this? God dang it, man. Would y'all stop coming so I can go down there? Thank you. Just fly into my force. Fly into my force! And we come to the boss once again. This time half submerged in water. Let's see if we can make it even hotter. Oh man, you're gonna be over there. I'm just gonna hide down here for a minute. Wait for... No, I do not want to make it cooler. I want to make it warmer. There we go. Now just to defeat the boss. Of course, you're over on that side. Okay, so as soon as you go away, I should be able to hit the thing. There we are. You're back over on that side. Wait for you to finish pooing out here and then fly back over. Really? You're gonna come out over there? Yee! Man! Stupid missiles. Alright, let's try this one again. I do indeed want red. Doing damage, just keep coming out on the right when I actually have a charge built up. For you to finish. And... that wasn't so bad, as long as you can get a decent charge off on it. And that should make it warmer still for the next time we come through.